we're going to be talking about how to get your power back, how to stop being taken advantage of, how to negotiate for the life that you deserve. I love this video. I love this topic. So stay tuned. Hey, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am a globally recognized narcissist negotiation expert, a high conflict communications expert and attorney, and the proud best-selling author of the book, Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button to join this incredible community. Thank you for being a part of this incredible, empowering journey. And today we are diving into a topic that is near and dear to my heart, negotiating your best life. It's the name of my podcast. It's what I live and breathe, because sometimes I really feel like the very first negotiation that you have to do is with your own self, with your own mind, for your own self-worth in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, we all sometimes feel like life isn't fair and you don't get the life that you deserve. And you feel like you get taken advantage of. And it's time to stand in your authentic power, reclaim your power, set boundaries, and negotiate for the life that you deserve. So stick around if that describes you. This is going to be a transformative ride. If you've ever felt like you're constantly being taken advantage of, whether it's in your personal relationships, your personal life, you're not alone. Maybe it's your professional life. I know I have, and I've been a lawyer for a really long time, and I teach people how to negotiate, and it still happens to me sometimes, especially I think as women, but even if you're a guy and you're watching this, it happens because, you feel like you want to be the good person. You want to be the nice person. You sometimes think, you know what? Do I speak up? Do I not? Did that just actually happen to me? It happens. So I want to explore some practical strategies that you can employ to put an end to this pattern so that you can keep yourself empowered and stay in control of your life, not have these leaky boundaries. I call leaky boundaries, right? I want to make sure that you have power in your hands. All right. So the first step in stopping being taken advantage of, step number one, is recognizing the signs that you might be taken advantage of. So let's walk through some common behaviors that are situations where manipulation is often occurring, from subtle guilt trips to overt exploitation. Understanding these signs is critical in breaking free from the cycle. Let's look at some real life signs that are crystal clear. First of all, somebody is trying to make you feel guilty. It's Thanksgiving. You decide you want to go to somebody else's house on Thanksgiving, and a person is saying, no, I'm going to be all alone, and I guess I'll just be here by myself. That is a sign of manipulation. That is a sign that somebody's trying to make you feel guilty. You need to do what you need to do for yourself. But even in a professional situation, I just literally had a conversation with one of my dearest friends. She owns a business. One of her employees was saying, how come you're not giving me more of a raise? This person just literally got a 20% raise last year. This person was saying to her, you don't value me. Obviously, you don't think highly enough of me. Trying to lay on the guilt trip. This person who I was talking to owns this company and was being made to feel guilty by this employee. That is something where she was going to be being taken advantage of because this employee is trying to make her feel guilty using guilt. I was saying to her, use a rubric. This is what it is to get a raise. You don't collapse whether or not I like you, whether or not I value you. I mean, I remember I had a situation where I had an employee who was saying the same kinds of things to me. Well, I have to use all my PTO because, my kids are sick. That's not really fair because nobody else has kids. And so they get to use their PTO for vacations. How is that my problem? Somebody is trying to make you feel guilty for something. That is a sign of manipulation. To overt exploitation, somebody's actually just using you. Somebody's literally just every single time you're around them, they are having you give them rides or having you do something for them, and there's nothing in return. My husband and I started to realize that we had some friends that every single time we were around them, they were inviting themselves over to our house. They were inviting themselves to join birthday celebrations or whatever. They were never inviting themselves or inviting us over to their house. We've literally never even seen the inside of where they live. It's just a strange situation. It's just a using kind of overt exploitation situation. Where does manipulation occur? What's a using situation? How do you break that cycle? So those are some real life examples of where you might be being used. Those are sort of innocuous in some ways, but there can be some very much more toxic situations where you can actually be being manipulated and used in a much more toxic way. Somebody's making you spend money, somebody's making you pay for a lot of things, or even much more deep than that. Before we move forward, I want to engage with you, my incredible community. You guys, drop a comment below sharing any experiences you guys have had where you might feel like you've been taken advantage of. And let's create a supportive space for each other. Okay. I want you to check out my link below for some phrases to help you disarm narcissists. You can get that at disarmthenarc.com. You can use it almost like a toolkit to help you disarm narcissists. If you're dealing with a narcissist and you don't know what to say in emails and text messages, or even if you're having a conversation with a narcissist, you can use that to help you navigate conversations with narcissists. All right, so let's dive deeper into strategies to stop being taken advantage of with narcissists. The next thing that you can do is set boundaries. What I basically say to do is put a invisible shield down around you, and you just basically take these baby steps. I say step 1, don't run. Step 2, make a U-turn. Step 3, break free. Because you're basically course correcting. You have to kind of almost turn the ship around 180 degrees, right? And so the first thing you do when you're setting a boundary is that step 1, don't run. And you're saying, I am no longer going to be retreating. I'm going to stay in place, and I'm putting this invisible shield down around me. I'm going to start looking at you as if you are a toddler having a tantrum on the floor. And I'm going to start observing your behavior to you. Just say, I can see that you're upset. I say, pretend like you're reporting the news. And then I say, never jade, even though I love jade. I say, never jade. You know what jade stands for? Never justify, argue, defend, or explain. So you're just going to pretend like you're reporting the news, and you just observe their behavior to them. Just the facts. So you can just say, no, I can see that you're upset. I can see that you're angry, but we can have this conversation later. Or you can say things like, this approach is not working for me. You're just setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is a really, really powerful tool in breaking the cycle of being taken advantage of. I just think it's really, really important for you to start healing, for you to start saying, I'm taking control. It's all also like a mental thing. Like you are mentally making a choice to say, this is a line in the sand. Today I am making a decision that this is no longer going to be the way it was yesterday. And your boundaries are your fortress. It's you transforming your relationship with this person and with yourself, and you reclaiming your power. That boundary remains strong. And the next thing is the art of saying no. No is a really beautiful skill, and it can change your life. And really get comfortable with, it's okay if somebody is upset, because it really has nothing to do with you. Somebody else's triggers are not your responsibility. It's on them. Not everybody's going to like you. That's okay. What happens is we think that we don't want people to be mad at us, or we don't want people to be upset or whatever. But what happens is it's either going to be that we're going to be resentful and upset and angry with ourselves, or we think that we are delaying something. It doesn't end up well. It never ends up well when we try to go along to get along. It just doesn't. It always ends up worse in the long run. It just does. It's really better to just address it right away. Just get into the habit of the art of saying no. Not everybody's going to like you anyway. Your people are your people. Stop trying to make not your people your people. Learn the art of saying no. That skill will change your life, and be confident in it. Be confident in the art of saying no. It's not rejection, it's a declaration of self-worth. Embrace it, and it will transform your interactions. The next one is negotiating for fairness. Negotiation is a powerful tool, and it stops you from being taken advantage of. You just say, you know what? You're stepping into what you want. You do it in integrity, and you say, this is what I want. And you do it from a place of being really agnostic. You hold people to your word, you hold people to their word, and you say, this is what we agreed upon. And then after you have a verbal agreement, make sure you always follow it up with, even if it's a text message or an email or whatever, here's what we discussed. Here's what we agreed upon. I am confirming this conversation. Please confirm that this is what we agreed on, and get them to say, yes, this is what we agreed on. That way you have it in writing, because you want to make sure that there is something that says this is what was spoken about. It's a powerful tool from stopping others from taking advantage of you. I want to hear from you guys. I want you to drop a comment below. I want you to share your thoughts on setting boundaries, on having these strategies, what you think, what insights are inspiring you right now on your journey to empowerment. Let's create a community of strength, of resilience, of standing up for yourself, on embracing self-advocacy, on embracing you, your desires, your well-being, you standing up for your power, and being completely okay with that. Not only okay with that, but feeling really good about that, feeling really good about reinforcing you being you and standing in your authentic power. Nothing is better than that mindset shift, you making that decision to stand up for yourself. And I'll tell you what, when you decide, the root of the word decide is side, it's to kill, to cut off. And when you decide to do that, everything shifts for you, and the universe will line up for you and be there for you and be at your back. Because when you are laser focused on what you want, the universe will line up for you and make it happen for you. It just does. You'll see magic will start to happen in your life. All right. So there you have it. Empowerment Unleashed, how to stop being taken advantage of, how to negotiate for the life that you deserve. It's so exciting. I cannot wait to see what happens for you when you start to employ some of these strategies in your life. And if you found this content insightful, helpful, show your support by liking this video, give it a thumbs up, sharing it with somebody who needs it, and then making sure that you subscribe to this channel and hitting that notification bell. Your engagement is the force behind this empowering mission. Don't forget to grab your free phrases for disarming narcissists at disarmthenarc.com, and make sure that you share your thoughts in the comments below. And let's keep this going by watching that next video, which is, this is the only way to make a narcissist respect you. So let's go watch that next video together. I'm Rebecca Zung. I'm signing off. Stay empowered, set those boundaries, Negotiate for the life you truly deserve. Remember, today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. I'm Rebecca Zung, and I will see you in that next video.